Recording is running, check. Game is working, check. Me having in the back of my mind like a little thought of something is gonna happen terribly wrong. Also check. Okay, that only leaves me with the intro. Well, I already sort of did it actually. But welcome to the third episode of Doki Literature Club. I'm afraid actually. Because last episode we actually made sort of a poem. At least I believed it was that. I have no clue what I was doing actually. But it hasn't been yet mentioned. So I think that's gonna happen now, but I'm also slightly afraid. Let's just say I heard rumors. And yes, I'm still going in here blind, besides that some people try to spoil it for me. But yeah, I'm terribly afraid, actually. Also, if you hear sort of a buzzing sound on the background, I'm terribly sorry. I cannot do anything about it, sadly enough. Okay. Oh yeah, wait, I left off here. I really need to remember what was before. Okay. Brain just decides. Just hurry up with deciding if I'm going to do a voice or not. Okay. Once I started to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Okay. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Well... Julie closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There is an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost young sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets stalked by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Okay, that sounds actually deep. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere, like a punch to the gut. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of things, MC? Yes, I'm not really. No. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah. I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life different from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophies that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be naive. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided moral interfere with villain's plan. I am rambling, aren't I? Why is she so cute? Okay. Not I can. I'm sorry. If the game is What the heck did I suddenly do? Why is the text disappeared? Also, why she keeps being so cute? Oh wait. What the heck did I do that I removed the text? Okay, wait, what was the last thing? Because I accidentally skipped it. Oh, hey, don't worry. Don't apologize. That's the thing. Okay, that was last thing. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like book I'm writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Okay, that actually it's a bit close to home. So, I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. You're forgiven. Even though that there is like a little voice screaming in the back of my head. You stupid idiot, what are you doing? Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Okay. I have no idea anymore what is happening, actually. Besides that, I suddenly start sitting next to Yuri. Not that I mind it, but... yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. This as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she is not actually looking at her own book. I glanced over. It looked like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. mean... Why am I actually laughing? I feel bad for her. Hi. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's. Then hold the book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timely closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book up. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay, there is apparently other art styles. Okay, I'm honestly a bit surprised and shocked. But but in a good way. I might regret the words I just said later on, but who knows? Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. The way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. Really, I'm sometimes very dyslexic. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she is in the corner of my vision. I can partially understand why he would be distracted, because I'm distracted by the art. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Wait. This... I was first at... Did the location of the eye change? Why am I actually wondering that? Or I'm starting to see things. Or the location of the eye just changed. And I just didn't notice it before. And why is my mind going that way instead of going forward? I have no clue. But, okay. Since you have been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continued reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed that she finished the page before me, so I turned it by my own violation. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. but she's also second-guessing all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she will do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but there are kind of reminiscent of some of your... there are kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerism. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But MC, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that... Wait! Oh. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that is kind of cute. I have a feeling that towards once this series ends, my heart is literally like broken. Why? I have no clue, but I have a feeling. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. Okay, so that's... Finally it's happening. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you two? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case I'll read a little more tonight. It'd be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone is ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote her in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their pockets. I do the same myself. Why do I need to choose?
1 hour later.
Oh, why do I need to choose? Wait. Why am I freaking out over this? Do I need to choose it based on what happened, like when the 3 sort of mini versions of, in this case, Sayori, Natsuki or Yuri were on like the left page when I was sort of writing the poem? Or is it based on just random? You know what, screw it. Yuri. This is the dreaded moment, I think. I have no clue. I'm scared. But also silently laughing like an idiot. Okay. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eye lighten. Exceptional. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. The inner thought of, he's going to hate me. Yuri, you need to do a lot more than that. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time reading. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. It just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of a new writer. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make the style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, or they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finished her train of thought, it is as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. True. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem? Please do. I love the charm I thought process behind it. Yuri smiled grimly as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? literature club. Pick out some area to continue. Well, shit. I hope you guys can read this, because if I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna be struggling, not only because it's handwritten, and I really suck at reading handwritten letters, I can also be making so many mistakes. And both of them are due to my dyslexic nature. So feel free to pause. But I'm gonna continue. I'm sorry, I have such a terrible handwriting. I don't want to say much, but I know people with a much worse handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time to read. Well, I'm dyslexic. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. I also like the poem, even though it's short. It was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, MC. Really? I must have totally missed the part. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, poets often express their own thoughts, feeling and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolical compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yes, I do think so. Yes, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, MC. Huh. Me too. You know what? Screw it. Monica is next. Hi, I'm the fuck. I fly sometimes. Hey, MC. Having a good time so far? Yes. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have a suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. It's much better of just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, MC. We all are a little embarrassed. We are all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's the sort of barrier that we all have we have all learned to get past. Brain, please read the sentence correctly and don't make up your own damn sentence. Oh. But okay. But is that sort of a barrier that we all learn to get past soon? Yeah, true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, MC. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Unlike Yuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happenings and sadness, Yuri likes it when the reader are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice which I assume Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I will end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but it will always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I have a feeling that's the exact point. That laughter after that sentence. I got goosebumps suddenly. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Look, this I can at least read better. Still not... I will still make mistakes, but I can at least read it. Okay, finally. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See? The direction the sparkles protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. A peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retains are already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choice. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay, that's actually deep. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That's a lot of a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Okay, what did I click now again? Okay, that's... Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that it's some kind of recently. Okay, I do not know this word or how to pronounce it. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other? Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. That's actually true. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you will get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. Well, on that note, I'm gonna end the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode we'll be doing the other two Sayonetsuki's part, so to say, for the poem. I was, to be honest, not suspecting the writing tip part. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a pleasant day. Or whatever the time it is. And goodbye. Oh man, I really hope that this game doesn't turn very dark. Or isn't gonna turn dark. Because I actually like it as it is now. But I have a sneaky feeling that it is just gonna go dark. Why? I have literally no idea.